and welcome back to my second channel. Can you tell that I'm stacking these because my t-shirt hasn't changed? Anyway, for today's video, I just need to get behind a paywall. Ha! Take that, Daily Mail. This is behind a paywall, so I'm doing a public service announcement because it's on the Daily Mail. We're looking at Bonnie Blue. Yet again, I know. Fury of Bonnie Blue's rugby player husband after she slept with 1,057 men in 24 hours. I thought it was 12 hours. I heard the other article says it was 12. As friends expose the real story and the devastating fallout from her sex marathon, Barbara Davies investigates. By all accounts, the art salon held at 32 Portland Place in London last month was a rather swanky affair. Guests at the 18th century mansion in well-to-do Marylebone. I had to look that up, 42 Portland Place. Oh, very nice. Ooh, looks lovely. Whilst in Marylebone, sip champagne while admiring paintings by a Russian-born artist whose clients include none other than the king himself. Elvis. Elvis is alive. It was, to put it mildly, a rather less exclusive crowd who turned up to the same address, a stone's throw from London's Oxford Street and just round the corner from BBC Broadcasting House, for an event last weekend which has sparked widespread and ongoing outrage, largely thanks to its jaw-dropping levels of depravity. Ow! It's like broke my eardrum. For it was here in that, why are you writing like this? In the wood-panelled room still lined with expensive paintings, and while lying akimbo on the same black leather ottomans where art lovers perched just a few weeks earlier, this is doing my head in, that 25-year-old Bonnie Blue embarked on her sleazy mission to bed 1,000 men in the space of 12 hours last Saturday afternoon and thereby launch herself into the record books. All right, we already know this stuff, so I'm skipping. This week, the Mail tracked down friends of the sporty 27-year-old, her estranged rugby player husband, Ollie Davidson, a hugely popular player at Long Eaton RFC in Derbyshire, who met and fell in love with Bonnie, real name Tia, when they were still teenagers at school. While Blue recently insisted Ollie supported her new career and even worked for her behind the scenes, yeah, she said that because I covered it in a video. A friend has told the Mail that he believes privately educated Ollie, the son of a wealthy businessman, is furious with his wife. Are they not divorced yet? And wants nothing to do with her. It's shocking, said the friend. She's got to be doing it for publicity. Sorry. What else do you think she's doing it for? Do you think she's doing it for a laugh? Of course she's doing it for publicity and notoriety and money. Oh, watch out, we've got a genius over here. These are the people that the previous article persons would say, oh, they're really smart. State the fucking obvious much. We all feel sorry for him. They're in the process of getting a divorce. They were married in 2022. How bad was the marriage? And she jumped straight into the arms of 1,000 lovers. More in a moment of their ill-fated marriage. First, back to the mucky mansion. Most of the barely legal teenage boys, young men who visited Blue last weekend, took turns in groups, spent less than a minute with the sex worker. At one stage, the horrified mother of one teenager is said to have turned up and dragged her son away. Lady, you need to have a word with your son, I think. Having reached her goal of 1,000, she went on to bed 57 more willing volunteers. After all, what's 57 once you've done 1,000? Just to thank them for waiting in the queue. She was surrounded by guys, said unemployed security guard. Yep, we already covered that. We've covered that already. She is currently earning, if she is believed, eye-watering $600,000 a month from subscriptions, an amount which she claims has brought her the freedom to enjoy life as she pleases. She is not the first to try and paint the porn site as a feminist platform for women to get rich and gain sexual agency. The company's Dublin-born, it's the Daily Mail, so it's going to have some sort of slant in it. But I don't agree with Bonnie, but... Mother of two, Kelly Blair, a former solicitor who studied law and politics at Oxford Brook University, has even championed the site for giving women choice over their lives. It is as those who witnessed the twisted events at Portland Place. It's so, like, I really don't fit in with anyone anywhere because this article is so pearl clutchy, but at the same time I don't agree with what Bonnie is doing because she's a danger to herself. She is a sexually transmitted disease danger to the 1,000 men as well. Like, she is a super spreader. I don't care too much about them though, to be honest. She's a danger to women as well because she's putting mid-men on pedestals who then, you know, go out to the world, the real life, and interact with women on a daily basis. So it's all around just a bit of a danger, but I can't really take the hysterical tone of this article. Sinister snippets of footage posted on Bonnie Blue's social media pages show one man bragging about how he is going to destroy her. Yeah, but those men are such like all talk and absolutely no penis, you know? Like there's nothing that she's not seen at this point. Calm down. You and your sloppy technique ain't going to do nothing to her. She is a hardened, seasoned warrior. How on earth anyone could describe such a vile spectacle as empowering is anyone's guess. It's not empowering because, look, John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham's theory of utilitarianism, the maximum amount of pleasure for the most amount of people whilst minimizing suffering. The maximum amount of pleasure in this situation is coming from the 1,057 men who she has pleasured. She, as a sole digit, that's not a maximum amount of pleasure. So it's not empowering for women because she's maximizing the pleasure of men. She might get pleasure out of it too, but 1,057 versus one person, there is such a wide berth between the two. It's basically over 1,000% their pleasure over hers. Even if she had the best sex of her life, it still don't compare to the amount of men that... So, you know, from a utilitarian point of view, in a way it can't empower women. It's empowering men. Guess who's having to do their revision recently? I'm sure Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill would be rolling in their fucking graves if they heard me come up with... Now, is this act utilitarianism or rule utilitarianism? Or preference utilitarianism? I'm sure they are rolling in their fucking graves to hear me include this in this type of video. In the past, she has come out of all sorts of sexist claptrap, including her statement that women who don't have sex with their husbands whenever they want it are lazy. As such, their men shouldn't be blamed if they look elsewhere. You know you're writing for the Daily Mail, yeah? You can't take a feminist angle if you're writing for the Daily Mail. Was it the Daily Mail or the Sun that had the countdown to Charlotte Church turning 16 so they could print bikini pictures of her? Which one was it? Probably all of them. If women were better in the bedroom, men wouldn't cheat, was one of her most recent declarations. Men look elsewhere when they're bored. Stop boring them. I'm going to say something controversial. I got curious. I looked her up. Not in OnlyFans. The other one, where it's just free to peruse. I looked her up because I wanted to see what the fuss was about. Her and Danny D. She was basically just lying there, being like, oh, yeah. So... I don't think, like, Pillow Princess much. I don't think you'll want to talk, babe, about being boring in the bedroom. I looked through it. I skimmed it. I was like, I don't get the fuss. Don't get the fuss. So the mansion is owned by a man with a reputation as sordid as blues, Lord Eddie Davenport. Well, she's in good company then. Who bought rather than inherited his title. Oh my God, did he use... What was that thing that then got massive backlash for maybe... For the controversial, the title thing where you could buy a thing in Scotland and then technically you were a lord, but really it was like buying a star, aka not really a thing. Maybe he did that. Is a fabulously wealthy convicted fraudster who gained notoriety for hosting exclusive sex parties, several of them at 32 Portland Place. Police have been called to 63 incidents at his property, including 2 alleged rapes. And this is who Bonnie Blue is. Well, attracts like, scum attracts scum then. Of course, she's such a pick-me. Should be fine with hanging out with someone who allegedly had rape going on at his... Brilliant. Shows him leading Blue in a black lacy negligee by the hand in his mansion's lavish room upstairs. The footage accompanied by the caption, Daddy shows Princess Blah, don't ruin Daddy for me. Blah. Bonnie Blue to her throne. World record breaking party, hot British model. Blue's stunt, which began at 1 p.m, was attended by 16 additional staff, including 3 security guards, a fluffer to ensure the men were ready, as well as camera operators and assistants. Wow, she's really up to the production value of her stuff, huh? Must be all that money she's getting. When it finished at 1 a.m, she marked her so-called achievement by triumphantly holding up a sheet of A4 paper with 1,000 crudely scrawled on it in felt tip. She could have made more of an effort. She could have got an actual placard for it. She claimed she only took 6 minutes of breaks during the 12 hours, which means if these claims are to be believed, participants would have been allocated approximately 41 seconds each. But what of her husband, Ollie Davidson, whom she met as a 15-year-old schoolgirl? There was a time when Bonnie, popular local schoolgirl with Saturday job in Pound Stretcher, who spent her spare time perfecting her ballet routines, spent nearly every weekend at Ollie's parents' home in the nearby village of Kegworth. In 2016, aged only 16, she jetted off on holiday with the family on an all-expenses-paid trip to Mexico. Okay, how is this relevant? You mean a word count? After school, Ollie pursued his rugby career while Tia found work in recruitment. The Davidsons helped the couple buy a £250,000 semi-detached house near Nottingham. Cool, so they're spoiled. They moved to Australia, we know this. Tia ditched her 9-to-5 job, became a cam girl, remotely performing on porn sites after getting the idea from TikTok. Last year in a podcast, she claimed Ollie encouraged her new £5,000 a week career because of the money, and it gave her the confidence to enter the adult entertainment industry. It was just in a bedroom and it was completely separate, so he had no problem with that. In fact, the couple's 9-year relationship ended soon after and Ollie returned to the UK. The friend of Ollie's, who was a rugby club member, told the Mail, "The lads are having a laugh about it. It's all banter and nothing malicious." I bet it's horrible. I can just imagine the rugby lads banter. Hey, your ex is a... They're probably just being horrible. And none of them are as funny as what they think they are. But shut up. Some of the... I'll always find a way to have a go at the men. Some of the single ones are joking about joining in with one of us. Hey, banter. Hey, I'm going to fuck your ex-wife. Banter. I bet they would. If they had the opportunity, I bet they would. Male skets. And yet her mother, 50-year-old hairdresser, insists she is proud of her daughter, explaining that thanks to her work, we've had nice holidays and nice gifts. So I don't care that my daughter is putting herself in danger every time she tries to do one of these stunts. As long as I get a nice holiday to the Maldives, who cares? The family of her privately educated, estranged husband are less impressed by the way young women they once welcomed into their home. They said they want nothing more to do with their former daughter-in-law. All right, then it just goes over stuff that we already know because we already spoke about it on my channel. She began touting around online for participants in January 11 event last December. In several online posts, she was seen stopping men in the street with a microphone and asking them, "Would you bonk me?" How much validation do you need? Because you know the external world isn't actually how we perceive it and blah, blah, blah. Indirect realism. Oh, I'm going to bring all the heavyweights into this conversation. What would Descartes think of Bonnie? He'd probably think, oh God, it's that evil demon. He's trying to corrupt me with Bonnie Blue. She invited followers on... Those who take intro level philosophy know what I'm talking about. She invited followers on X, formerly Twitter. Do you know what? The rebrand hasn't fucking worked if we have to keep fucking saying X, formerly Twitter. Just call it Twitter. The rebrand ain't rebranding. Screw you, Elon Musk. Just bring your friends, bring your family, bring your neighbours. Hide your kids, hide your wife. What on earth she thinks now she has reached the pinnacle of her ambitions is anyone's guess. It really has changed my life. That may be so, but can it really be said for the better? In any case, she may have been wasting her time. Plot twist! Bonnie Blue may regard copulating on more than 1,000 men in the space of 12 hours as a major feat, but staff at Guinness World Records would beg to differ. They confirmed this week that they don't monitor the record of most men a woman has slept with in a day. Ha ha! In your face, Bonnie. What do these comments say? People just complaining that the maths was wrong. Even though she was doing group sex, so it's just people arguing and being stupid. Anyway, that was kind of a load of nothing. It told us... what did it really tell us? That her ex-husband is furious, that she's lying about them being on good terms, allegedly, and that his rugby mates would have a go on her if she offered. Maybe they'll be in the next 5,000 men in 5 seconds challenge. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching to the Trough Hot Slop fed to you daily. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.